All right, everyone, who's up for it? Lesson number 16 from A Course in Miracles. It's January 16th, 2022. And before I get into this one, I just want to emphasize that the underlying message here is that our thoughts create outcomes in the world that we see. And a lot of us feel so disempowered and disconnected and externally controlled that we don't believe that our thoughts have the power to create things in the world. And collectively, our thoughts certainly interface with all of the outcomes that we see in terms of war, pandemics, solutions to pandemics. All these things are really creations, or in the case of A Course in Miracles word, miscreations that we have contributed to. That's why it's really important now more than ever to get serious and double down on your Course in Miracles practice and understand that we are being controlled and lied to by our society, by our elected leaders, by anyone who is in power right now potentially is deceiving you. And in order for you to heal from that and come back to who you are, you have to heal your mind. You have to train your mind to sense your own internal guidance and not be so easily swayed by the external world. So here we go. Lesson number 16. I have no neutral thoughts. The idea for today is a beginning step in dispelling the belief that your thoughts have no effect. Everything you see is the result of your thoughts. There is no exception to this fact. Through thoughts are not big or little, powerful or weak. They are merely true or false. Those that are true create their own likeness. Those that are false make theirs. There is no more self-contradictory concept than that of idle thoughts. What gives rise to the perception of a whole world can hardly be called idle. Every thought you have contributes to truth or to illusion. Either it extends the truth or it multiplies illusions. You can indeed multiply nothing, but you will not extend it by doing so. Besides your recognizing that thoughts are never idle, salvation requires that you also recognize that every thought you have brings either peace or war, either love or fear. A neutral result is impossible because a neutral thought is impossible. There is such a temptation to dismiss fear thoughts as unimportant, trivial, and not worth bothering about that it is essential you recognize them as equally destructive, but equally unreal. We will practice this idea in many forms before you really understand it. In applying the idea for today, search your mind for a minute or so with eyes closed and actively seek not to overlook any little thought that may tend to elude the search. This is quite difficult until you get used to it. You will find that it is still hard for you not to make artificial distinctions. Every thought that occurs to you, regardless of the qualities that you assign to it, is a suitable subject for applying today's idea. In the practice periods, first repeat the idea to yourself, and then as each one crosses your mind, hold in it awareness while you tell yourself, this thought about blank is not a neutral thought. This thought about Christmas is not a neutral thought. As usual, use today's idea whenever you are aware of a particular thought that arouses uneasiness. The following form is suggested for this purpose. This thought about COVID is not a neutral thought because I have no neutral thoughts. You don't have to say COVID. You can say whatever. 4 or 5 practice periods are recommended if you find them relatively effortless. If strain is experienced, 3 will be enough. The length of the exercise period should also be reduced if there is discomfort. And that's the Course in Miracles lesson. So now we're going to jump into Tina's book, A Year of Forgiveness. All right. Lesson number 16, I have no neutral thoughts. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus. This is an important lesson. I have no neutral thoughts. Many of you have thousands of thoughts a day, which you are blissfully unaware. These thoughts create and bring things to you to experience because you think about them. So if you are resentful and you are driving in your car as you replay an argument you had at work, and of course you always win the argument in your imagination, don't you? You plant seeds of war. This is what you do. You choose with your free will to entertain an image of a battle, and you win. That tells the world you want to have war and you want to win war because you believe in attack as a solution to your problem. Now, when you're in the car mulling that idea over, you don't really think about the message you send out, do you? You don't think, I value war and attack, and that's why I envision winning the fight. But that's exactly the frequency you send out. When you get home to your television screens and you see war, you wring your hands and say, oh my goodness, what a terrible thing. You dissociate yourself from the fact that you entertained war in your mind on the drive home. That frequency of war and belief in attack are used as fuel for the warmongers in your society. They are wise about energy and thought. They know that if they train you to believe that attack and winning are good things, you will send out frequencies that they can surf, if you will. They can ride those energies to the wars that they want, and there will not be a difference in or discrepancy between the frequency of war and your frequency. You won't see the disparity there, and that energy will continue. This is why it is so important for you to understand that peace of mind, which is where we want to lead you, is so important. Your opinions about attacking or judging other people are not neutral thoughts, and they are used to generate negativities. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we want you to think about this for a little while. Where do you attack? Where do you war? Is it okay? You do not need to beat yourself up about it. I'm sorry, it is okay, and you don't need to beat yourself up about it. You are doing the very practice with these loving lessons that removes these ideas from your mind. But know that there are no neutral thoughts. We will see you again tomorrow. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy Sunday, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.